There's a famous line in the movie Dances with Wolves where they come across a skeleton in the middle of the plains. And the man looks at the skeleton and says, the disgusting driver that looks that's transporting Kevin Costner to his new station looks at the skeleton and says, somewhere there's someone thinking, now why don't he ride? I've been gone for 4 months. I have not made a tarot video in 4 months, and rather than explain myself, I'm just going to say that this card flipped over as I was taking pictures of the thumbnails. And yeah, anyway, I thought that was prescient. So today we are going to have a reading about the next 3 months. What can we expect in the next 3 months? We've got all sorts of oracle cards, 2 tarot decks, tea leaves. Let's just start pulling. Life is what happens when you're making other plans, is it not? I am so glad you're still here. I am so glad you've tuned into this reading, and I hope you'll stick around. My name is Joan. I'm a tarot reader of many years' experience. If you do not know who I am, this tiny channel, you found it at the very beginning of its fledgling growth. I am a tarot author. I've written a book about tarot interpretations for relationships, and you can find that in the description box below, as well as how to get a reading with me if you're someone who likes to do that. But okay, let's get to the actual free tarot reading on the internet pour vous. We're starting off with some oracle cards, so we've got... actually, which one? Let's pay attention here. Quit dicking around with the intro. All right, we've got Change of Seasons. Gorgeous card. All right, the next 3 months, a change of seasons. Both those things are true. This is being read in March as we head into spring. But also, in this horrifying timeline, we might be looking at a change of seasons of all sorts. She said, speaking carefully, in our current dystopia. Dragons, slay them all. That's right, darlings. That's right. We have a 6. That could be a symbol for June. April, May, June. Big change in June. Love it. Love to see it. Let's see. Let's take some tea leaves. Okay. Oh, I take it you want to be there. All right. You as well. Fine. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Any more tea leaves for the beautiful, charming, intelligent, terribly wise people that are watching this tarot reading right now? Move it. You've got younger woman. Dealings or relationship with a younger woman. I always used to be the youngest one in my friend group. Always. And now I'm becoming, well, not that. Needle and thread. A sincere wish will be granted. I bet a lot of us have the same wish. The very same wish. It could happen today. It could happen tomorrow. The way it looks, it could happen at any moment. Maybe it will. Pinnable. Reconciliation. Interesting. Some of you might be having Old Home Week this next season. Mountain Road. You are on the road to success. Well, you'd love to see it. Look at, I've got little fairy lights here at the top of my spread, a little warmth and fun, because I am a goober. And I'm noticing we're casting a lot of yellow right now. So, solar plexus chakra stuff. Oh, butterfly, a change for the better? Well, wishes and a change for the better. Gosh, this could apply to so many things. I'm so excited. Let's hope it applies to just the right thing. Okay, we've got 2 tarot decks. Let's get serious here. We're doing serious tarot reading. And uh, okay, this one more 2 leaf is like kind of ha 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 victory in some endeavor. All right then. We're off to a positive start. Now, here's the thing about this tarot channel is I could try to do what's popular. It would be really easy for me to engage in behaviors that grab eyeballs and distress people and create senses of warning or drama. And as someone with numerous issues of anxiety and I'll even say depression and all these other things, who is desperately seeking places of um, sincere earnestness, kindness, and calmness. My goal for this channel going forward is to be a source of comfort and sincerity and authenticity, not in a performance sort of way, but in a genuine sort of way. So this channel is going to be all over the place, and I'm going to talk about all sorts of things. I'll do traditional readings, but also I'll just do readings for the collective that are whatever comes up. And I hope that you'll hang out with me going forward because the world is full of just a shocking amount of bullshit right now. And we need less bullshit. Even though this is meant to be for entertainment purposes only, I think it's really important that this could be to try to be as sincere as possible. This could be a launching pad for interesting discussion and also to create a soothing thing for you to listen to while you work if you feel like it or something like that. So, okay, let's pull some tarot. What does my darling collective need to know about the next 3 months? You got it. Devil card, eh? The devil card popped up. That's okay. We're all right. These will be our clarifiers. Okay. Okay. Any more to start? We'll start with these for now. Bring these over here. All right. Sweet peas. We'll just steal from the bottom of the deck here because it keeps popping out. The devil. A card of addiction. A card of evil. A card of kink. The Queen of Pentacles. Pentacles are the slowest moving sign in the deck, but also kind and gracious and prosperous. My first instinct upon seeing those together means that everybody watching this is trying so hard to just keep their head above water that they're not able to, how do I say this? They're not able to focus on everything. They want to focus on everything, They feel like they should remain informed as to what's going on in the news. And also, they just can't even, we're turned away from the devil in order to just focus on survival and keeping their head up. And the Empress. Oh, wow. The Empress next to the Queen of Pentacles is actually an amazing combination. Serious comfort and wealth and abundance. A change for the better in finances, for sure. A change in the better for circumstances that you're living in, for sure. If you're starting a new project, it's going to take off the next 3 months. If you're starting a new project, this could actually surprise you. This is, again, a slow-moving energy. We're going to clarify the devil card, too. We're going to clarify every card here. But when the Emperor shows up, the Queen of Pentacles actually speeds up a little bit because the Empress is such extreme abundance and such extreme, fertile expression. The Strength card. That will reinforce a sense of security. That will make you feel more comfortable in circumstances that were more stressful for you. Relief appears to be on the way. You can't just say you're going to slay the dragons. You have to have the energy, health, and wherewithal to make it happen, right? And I think I'll read the book for this as well, just to see, because this Oracle deck, I don't have it memorized. So, unlike Tarot, Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords. Isn't that a charming Ace of Swords? New beginnings that go well, strong starts, security, financial security, emotional security. We like it. And then the Eight of Swords shows up. Now, what I interpret this to mean, although again, I'll pull clarification cards, is the Eight of Swords is imagined lack. It's imagined binding. It's someone who feels trapped, but there's room to walk away. There's plenty of space between the swords, and they're not really bound. When you live in a dystopia that is filled with a poop fire hose of news all day long, you feel trapped, even when you're not. And it feels like it's relentless and about you directly, even when it's not. One of the hard things for me to remember all the time is that in spite of it feeling like the world is on fire, I personally am not actually on fire at all right now. I am actually sitting at my desk with a candle and some citrine carved stars and a bunch of beautiful tarot cards, and I'm reading to what is proving to be an extremely gentle and kind tiny collective in a fledgling YouTube channel. And that's all that's happening right now. And you're watching this. Thank you. And you're doing what you're doing while you're watching this. And that's all that's happening right now. And the next thing you do, whether it's make a sandwich or play with your dog or pet your kitty, take a shower or paint your nails or whatever it is you're doing. For me, it will be playing Baldur's Gate and running around with my very favorite vampire boy. It is not actually being on fire. And even if zombies are shuffling down the street, I'll still be inside playing with my vampire boy. So, even if there is struggle outside, it doesn't mean there's struggle inside. This is the perception you have, lack and feeling trapped. But this is the reality. Strength, new beginnings, swords, you're protected. Everything about this is you've got everything you need to survive all of this and thrive. So the part of you that feels like you don't have all the information you need, and the Two of Wands is where you you're feeling wobbly in your ability to take yourself seriously, right? These are old ways of thinking that you're really used to doing. There's a deep rut in your mind that thinks this is as much as I can have, this is as far as I can go, and the circumstances outside are, zombies shuffling down the street. So I guess I better ratchet down my expectations. And that's just what he wants you to think. He wants you scared and compliant and distracted. But no, we know better, she said, with confidence she only sometimes feels. What do we need to know about this devil? Four of Swords. Oh, he's, that devil is not well. That devil needs rest. That devil's getting tired. Interesting. Queen of Pentacles. Wow. Five of Swords. Interesting. Who you are doesn't change in spite of whatever is around you. You will stay clear. Yeah, that's the best way to put it. You will be leaping from rock to rock over the law. Even though there's a lot of hostility and strangeness out in the world, this little group is going to be fine. You're going to look back at this time and not laugh. No one will be laughing. But you're going to be okay. Let's keep taking cards. What do we most need to know about the Empress? The Three of Wands and the Five of Wands. If you're competing or in a tough field or in something that requires a lot of planning or competition, if you're worried about your place in it, you're fine. You are standing out well above what's around you and are in a leadership position. This card's fun for me. Again, as a Baldur's Gate player, the stars on his boots, the color of his hair, that's fun for me. Also, we have Taurus, and the Sun, I think that is. Sun in Taurus. In case that's relevant for you. I'm not an astrologer. Just a way to signify this reading, which is happening smack dab in the middle of Mercury retrograde. The High Priestess and Strength. Yep, you've got everything you need. You literally have everything you need. In spite of the fact that everything is so up in the air, the moon symbol in tarot is a card of mystery and things not revealed. When it shows up in a spread, it usually means, well, you don't get to have the answer for this right now. But in this case, the High Priestess means that you can trust your intuition and that you don't need to base your okayness on outside circumstances. I kind of want to emphasize this. I'm not sure if I'm saying it well. But everything about this spread says it does not matter what's going on out in the world. You are, for whatever reason, protected. The World and the Eight of Cups. All right, have a little bit of nudity. So we're going to cover that up. The World and the Eight of Cups. Leaving something that meant a whole lot to you and the ending of a phase and the beginning of a new phase. Again, pointing to a project that you're working on taking off into a new way and something that no longer works for you being abandoned for something else that works well and that surprises you and happens fast and is money. And like, this is all about soft landings, side gigs that take off, job offers that come out of the blue, help from family, financial help that you are not expecting, all of that. That's all here. It's here for you. The World card, it's the last card in the Major Arcana, and it is entirely and utterly about the ending and a change for the better to come. Such a pretty little deck. Right. Clarify that Eight of Swords, please. I'd like to know what we feel trapped by, besides, the state of the world. King of Pentacles. You have the Queen of Pentacles in this spread. Some of us might be trapped by slow-moving energy, dependence on someone else financially, dependence on a boss that, isn't promoting you but isn't not promoting you. It's a lot of stasis. King of Pentacles is a nice man, though. So, again, we have also, there aren't any romance cards here in this spread, really. So, I doubt that there is a romantic interpretation for this that's worth looking at. But we do have what's called divine counterparts when the king and queen show up in a spread. So, if the emperor shows up for this empress, then I would say for some of you, you could be meeting somebody over these next 3 months. Let's look at that Five of Pentacles, which is a card of perceived lack and scary atmospheres and being left out in the cold, and being worried that you're being left out in the cold. Especially next to the Two of Wands where you don't feel particularly strong. Okay? Queen of Wands and the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands again. Right. All right, darlings. We need to get over our sense of inadequacy and or imposter syndrome in something that you're planning on working on in a big way over the next 3 months. You need to get over the idea that you have to be perfect going out the box, or that you don't have whatever thing it takes, and that you're just faking it and soon you'll be caught. Just classic imposter syndrome stuff. I I need you to understand. We're gonna pull some more cards because, gosh, there's a lot of space here that needs to be filled up with beautiful tarot art. But I need you to let go of this idea that you do not have what it takes to pull off with great skill whatever project it is that you are thinking about in the near future, or somebody in your family, or someone you love, or a spouse, or a partner, or a nookie pal. I don't know. Has going on in their life. There is achievement to be had here if you can get out of your own way. One way to do that is to just, if you can, stop assigning context and outcomes to what you're doing. Like when I started this channel, it was, hoping for it to be a side gig and to be monetized and things like that. But right now, that's very slow going stuff, right? It doesn't matter whether I'm good or not or whatever. Since I'm not going to pander to what makes YouTube bounce on you, uh, she said crudely, they could never take off, or it might. And if I just enjoy myself and be reading tarot is very, very fun for me, then it'll be its own reward. The funny thing is, though, the universe tends to reward what is its own reward. So relax. The part of you that feels like can't screw this up, can't screw this up, can't screw this up. It's important. Got to do it right. Got to do it right. and just do it well, in the sense of, I'm going to enjoy myself fully. I'm going to learn as much as I can. I'm going to I'm going to pass through boredom into fascination by staring at the details and getting involved in the details, right? There's good for you there. All right. What else do we need to know about the next 3 months? We'll call that the first half. Let's look at the second half. All right, you and you. Slaying all your dragons is slaying a lot of your internal stuff, right? Nope. Nope. None of those. Any more? Sure. Why not? I saw those. All right. You have death, an ending, and a restart. And it's right below the devil. Death is right below the devil. Now, death is not a card of death necessarily, but I like that it's right below the devil. Could mean the ending of the devil's influence. Well, yes, it could actually. The next 3 months could be. We have a tower. Tower is a soon, immediate, surprising shock. Tarot speaks in loud symbology, right? So people get really scared when the tarot shows up. The tower shows up. Slightly different word. And because they think it's the ending of a life. Could be. But, ending of an important and wanted circumstance, right? But the tower can also just mean things that no longer work are finally falling away so they can be cleared away so that you can have it. We have a lot of ideas of new things, new projects, and things like that. So I'm not necessarily saying you have to have a violent ending for that new project or thing you're concerned about to take off, but you could get shaken up. Something could happen that could really surprise you. The tower isn't always a bad card, right? I really don't hate it the way so many people do. Especially right next to the death card. It means positive change for the better. It really does. Oh, especially right next to the Page of Cups. Gentle words, kind words. Right under the Empress. The Chariot. And change for the better. This is very Howl's Moving Castle, isn't it? Yeah, the Chariot. Okay, so rapid movement towards the world, the new phase, strength, Ace of Swords. So many themes of leaving. Seven of Wands, hard-won victory. Wow, so much yellow, so much. Sacral and solar plexus. The Moon. Mystery. You would do that to me. And the Page of Wands, 2 pages. All right, more cards of beginning. Let's look for some clarification for these. What do we need to know about the Death card? Celebration. Huh. Could it happen? Could it happen? I'll say no more. What do we need to know about this tarot card? I don't know about you, but I have a bottle of champagne in my fridge. It's sitting there for a while. Four of Pentacles next to the Tower. Might be worried about the economy, and that's fair. That's fair. But again, you're protected. victory in some endeavor, a change for the better, on the road to success. The Knight of Wands. So we've got the Queen of Wands, the Knight of Wands, the Page of Wands. Definitely a work and money spread. This is definitely a work and money spread. Suggesting a rapid movement once the new thing is started, a project taking off slowly and then very quickly speeding up in spite of, oh God, an atmosphere that seems unconducive to growth and prosperity. So I'm afraid that good things are going to happen for you in spite of all this timeline's best efforts otherwise. Wow. The Three of Swords and the King of Wands. Okay, so we have a Queen and King of Wands and the Three of Swords. Divine counterpart, divine counterpart. All right. For some of you, not all of you, but for some of you, darlings, there might be revelations and endings in personal relationships that benefit you greatly down the line. You know who you are. If this applies to you, you know who you are in this instance. Let me sip tea here. I'm not saying everyone's relationship is in danger. It's not. But for those of you that are teetering between one place and another and wondering if it's going to work out, well, it does sort of suggest that, somebody brought circus peanuts to Candyland, and um, and maybe issues of compatibility that become more glaring as you grow. Sometimes we grow apart. We don't necessarily mean we dislike each other or don't love each other, but you have totally different goals and totally different things. And this is a very shake up, fundamental sort of year. Usually the moon won't be clarified much, but we'll see. Whoa, look at that. We're having many repeating cards. The Eight of Swords again. What feels like a trap is not a trap. But what you imagine is trapping you is not. It's a matter of perception, a fear of letting go, of comfort, of the devil you know versus the devil you don't know. The Page of Wands. Do we need to know about these pages? Page of Wands, Knight of Wands, King of Wands, Queen of Wands. Whew! Somebody is going up, up, up. All four of the court cards in the wand suit. These are very attractive people, sunny and charming and charismatic. And the Empress has shown up again at the end. She is the beginning and the end, the Alpha and Omega. The Empress is here again. I want to say to you, my darlings, that regardless of outside circumstances, one more time, you are covered. It's going to be okay. That's what this spread is saying. There may be shakeups. There may be endings. There may be conscious uncouplings over the next 3 months for one of you, some of you, one particular person. Whatever isn't meant for you over the next 3 months is going to be shaken up and fall away. You will be leaving what felt like a trap soon. You will be starting a real change of seasons. I mean, this change of seasons actually is very harmonious with the world card as well. A new season, but let's look up this card. Let's see, number 42. There's a little booklet that comes with. Not 52, 42. Okay, change of seasons. In the center of this card stands a woman surrounded by blowing leaves, flowers, and snowflakes. As the wind blows them, swirling up to her, she raises an arm for protection or welcome. We aren't sure. This card reminds us that some change. Excuse me. This card reminds us that seasons change just as we do, and nothing is ever still. Not a river, not a mighty oak, and certainly not us. We're in a constant state of transformation. Even when it feels overwhelming, we can just quietly be. We'll be moving in spite of ourselves. When life whirls around us, let the certainty of the cycle of seasons be a grounding force. Okay. As someone who doesn't cope well with change, one of the things that would benefit us from the incredible stressful circumstances that we are all living in right now, globally and perpetually, thanks to forces that I feel pretty strongly about, we have to find a way to cope with the shit fire hose, right? We have to find a way to deal with the everyday reality of the horrors. And one of the ways we can do that is to relax into the idea that things are going to be in flux all the time and that change is coming all the time. And bracing against that in any way does not serve you. It just adds stress to your body and your mind. If you feel like, okay, yeah, outside there's actually a shit fire hose going at all times. So, and zombies. Zombies are walking down the street. Um, and that's the reality I live in. But on the other hand, my house is secure. They haven't figured out I'm in here, and the poop hose is just way downwind. So all I can really say to you is, since we can't fix it right now, although change can happen pretty quickly, the tarot card is a card of like weeks and days, not years. Okay, change is afoot. Movement is afoot. We've got knights and pages, new communication, things coming to light, things being revealed. The Three of Swords, more things being revealed, painful things being revealed. If that isn't, what's going on right now, I honestly don't know what is. But you have A, people in your life that surround you that are good and decent. B, you are not the imposter that you think you are. You have what you need to survive this. You will be supported. You will be victorious. Some of it may be hard won. Some of it is still maybe unclear. But you've got it. I mean, I'm not blowing smoke up your butt in order to make you feel better about a spread that has the devil and the tower and death in it. It also has the world, okay? It also has the Empress. It also has many beautiful cards of prosperity and comfort and victory and rapid movement. So much like how the world is right now, it's a terribly mixed bag, and such is life in the modern world. I just want you to know that I do not see any personal catastrophe whatsoever, and that good things are still on the way. Good things still happen. Good things are still on the way. I'm going to wrap this reading up with a little froggy card like we do around here at Nomadic Minards Tarot. A little affirmation card, a kiss on your cheek, and send you on your way. Thank you so much if you made it this far. I enormously appreciate you checking out my channel. Please feel free to check out my new Tarot 101 channel. It is linked below. I'm still working on it. I have to still do the tower and the star and the last couple definitions of tarot, and then I'm going to do films about how to read tarot and how to put tarot together. And it should be fun. In my ample free time. All right, darlings. Come on, Froggy. Okay, you. All right. I'm going to treat myself the way I would treat my best friend. This is a very useful and good card. If I talked to my friends the way I talk to myself sometimes, excuse me, well, I would not have any friends, for starters. But I have plenty. And this is actually a very conscious thing I am trying to do now. I am trying to always speak to myself with compassion. When I look in the mirror, it will be with compassion. When I am tempted to berate myself for how much I have not been able to accomplish in a day, juggling the many plates that are required of me in my life, I'm going to pretend that I am speaking to the person I love most. So I want to gently suggest that you treat yourself and speak to yourself in the way that you would speak to the person that you adore. All right, darlings. Thanks for checking me out. Wow. Please consider liking, subscribing, and commenting. I'd be so grateful. I hope you enjoyed this. Take care.